So questions come up about running, like kind of cleaning your filter. If you've run, kind of set things up for the first time, maybe you interrupted the cycle when it was initializing or something like that. Essentially, this kind of also happens after you put a new filter in if you skip the filter priming cycle. So there's a couple ways to handle this. And what I'm going to show is just two ways to run water through the system without requiring like a full restart or reset cycle or anything like that. So the first way you can do that is just to run some hot water through the system. So you can pick hot water, kind of max out the volume here. And hot water is going to come out of this side. This is the same point where you do your latte go. I just put a little kind of like, you can do a measuring cup. I just had this little decorative glass serving pitcher thing. So I'm going to first do hot water. You hit that. And that'll go ahead and play. I just hit play on the button here. And that's just going to go ahead and put hot water through. This is just going to run, hot water through from the tank, through the filter, through the system, and out this nozzle. As if you're doing, you can use this for tea. You can use this for adding a little bit of water to your Americano if you want to. But this is just going to run through this path through the machine. And then next, once this is finished, I'm just going to go ahead and stop it. So you can stop at any time when you got the amount of water you want. So the next option you have is a little trick. It's basically to run, there's really not a good way to run water through this side without kind of like skipping something, right? So really your two options, the best options here are coffee and Americano. I prefer Americano just because it's sort of only water at the end. You're not pulling, a long shot through the grounds. So it has kind of a secondary stage. So the first thing I do is I kind of trick it into not accepting anything from the grinder. So you push and hold, first I have to do Americano, and then I'm going to push and hold on the flavor button and get rid of the three dots and switch it down. You'll see a little light by the scoop. So essentially what it's doing is saying, hey, I'm putting grounds through here. Don't run the grinder. So that's the first step. And then you can go ahead, it'll first do like the brew step, which nothing's in there, right? So it's going to start to brew. And as soon as I can kind of hear it start to do that cycle right there, right? So this is where it would be doing the brew, but nothing's in there. You can just, whenever you want to, I'm just going to go ahead and see, it's just going to run clear here. So normally that would be going, this is actually kind of a nice way to kind of clean your filters and everything too, because you're just pushing clean water through the whole system. And then it's going to do, it'll bypass the brew assembly, or actually technically dump the brew assembly and then just run it a little bit more water through the same pathway. So it cleans that out. And then now, here in a minute, it's going to start going again. So again, there's no grounds or anything in here. It's just running water directly from the tank through the lines and into the container below. So you can see it going there. And again, this is something when you want to, you can just hit stop, kind of interrupts that cycle, and you're done. It'll reset itself here in a second. And it's back to serving. So you've run water through the system, through both sides, and you should be able to check your water, make sure you're clean. This is another way to test your water volumes. So if you have a measuring cup, you can stick it under there and you can say, okay, if I do coffee double, at this, you can always bypass, say I've got grounds, and run that and just see where it fills up on a measuring cup or something. But that's another option for just measuring volume and what you're getting. Anyway, hope that helps. Have a great day.